Hello viewer, my name's Don, and I do appreciate your company on this visit to Key West, Florida. It's a fairly sizable city, too big really to walk around, and there's a lot of historic points, although much of its old character seems to have disappeared. The old section of the town is mainly at the west end and revolves around Duval Street and Truman Avenue. A good way to introduce the town is to take a look at some old postcards and some paintings. This artwork really illustrates the tourist nature of the town. I guess I've visited the city maybe 5 times. My last visit in 1988 in a large camper bus where I camped for almost a week. But before that I visited regularly in the late 1960s and early 1970s with a group of university friends, driving Interstate 75 from Kingston, Ontario, Canada. It was always great fun sending postcards back to my snowbound friends in frigid Canada during the Christmas holidays. We mainly sat out on the beach, as this sign illustrates, enjoyed the warm weather, about 70 degrees or 20 degrees Celsius, and visited the pubs. For many artists, the lighthouse is a center of attraction. This painting illustrates the early historic character of Duval Street. A modern photograph shows that it still has a bit of character in spite of the gross commercialization. Well, I wish Key West really were like this. What a romanticized version. It's a pity many of the old houses have gone as well. This mural is romantic. It's a pity it's distracted by the garbage can. Many tourists arrive in the city of Key West on board large luxury cruise ships that tie up regularly to the wharfs. I never had that pleasure. I usually drove about 30 hours non-stop from Canada on Interstate 1 to reach Key West. Part of the fun was crossing the overseas highway, a continuous chain of bridges joining very small islands. Here's an elaborate collection of postcards that illustrates the overseas highway, probably through the years. St. Paul's Anglican Church. Most tourists visit Ernest Hemingway's home, which has been totally preserved as a museum. It's even got an online camera. An artist sketch to illustrate his house. Another drawing. These houses are built in the same character as Ernest Hemingway's. Not in as good repair as Ernest Hemingway's house, but the shutters illustrate construction for a tropical climate. Yes, this is Ernest Hemingway's house. Ernest Hemingway's study, preserved from when he was there. Not everyone has as luxurious a mansion as Ernest Hemingway. This is more of the old traditional workers' cottage, still worth a fortune today. Well, the reason I visited Key West is for the beach and the warm weather. So let's have a look. There are lots of pelicans, and they are fascinating birds. I always tried to do some snorkeling and even went skin diving and scuba diving at Pennycamp Reef on occasion. Here is some brain coral. Key West is noted for good fishing, but I never managed to catch anything, and I certainly didn't see big fish like this, although when I was scuba diving, I did see some mean-looking sharks. Sit back and enjoy a beer. Conch shells are common in Key West, and we used to call our little group of university students the Conch Gang. We frequently went to Sloppy Joe's bar for a beer, and it's got a full-time web camera if you're interested. Their Sloppy Joes are not particularly cheap. Here's a view of the interior, and at night you can see the sign at the end on the webcam when all the lights are turned out. Thanks, viewer, for joining me on this tour down memory lane of my numerous quick visits to Key West during the 1960s, early 70s, and again in 1988. I hope you have a really good day.